Welcome to another In Wheel Time podcast, a 30-minute mini version of the In Wheel Time car show that airs live every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central. For more details. Welcome to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Ahead, a 16-year-old's first car purchase with Alberto Alfonso at Emmons Motorplex.
Yep.
Along with Grandpa Jeff. And it's going to be a good section of this show, and we hope that you'll stay with us. Well, Jeff has this week's racing calendar. Mr. Mars reviews the 2024 Ford Mustang GT. Howdy, along with Mike Out of This World Mars,
over there,
who's over here right now, fiddling with something. We always need more Jeff Zekin. I'm Don Armstrong. So glad that you could join us on this Saturday morning for the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Although we were a bit tardy to class this morning because of internet problems. And Mr. Mars is still working on stuff, I can tell, because of the hammering over here.
But the sawing, and the swearing.
But in the meantime and in between time, we had a young lady get her first car a couple of weeks ago. And we thought it would be a really good time for us to find out what it's like to buy a used car these days. And
well, not only that, but your first car.
And your first car. Yeah.
Well, what do you go through that?
Well, I did all mine on my own, but I was working for a car dealership that had a absolutely worthless Corvair that didn't run. And I snatched that one up.
You've had two, and
let's not even go there for the second one. But the first one was something, and it got me into cars. So there you go.
Well,
so it's all yours.
And that's just, ladies and gentlemen, this is my granddaughter, Kylie. Kylie is a high school student, 16 years old, needs a car for summer work and all that. I'll let her take over the majority of the conversation, but it was a process.
So just shut up and let her go.
There you go. How was it?
She went, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to say?
It was interesting because I feel like it got done pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was quick.
Did you think that it wasn't going to go as quickly?
I thought it would go a little bit slower than that.
You were going to take all day or something?
Well, no, because the way my mom was talking about it, she's like, oh, well, there's a chance you might not get it. And I'm like, okay, well.
Well, you know,
think that,
she sounds just like her mother when she said that.
Yeah, I know.
I'm like, you think that, but okay. Grandma's thinking we're going to get it today, And
that was the whole point. It was Kylie, the future owner, but it was her mother and her grandmother. So
that's scarier.
It's
very scary.
Were you there?
They said, I was there. I was just there to support. I took pictures and support and shook hands and kissed babies and like I normally do. And then let them go through the process because I didn't want to be either a thorn in it or, I didn't want to voice an opinion.
Like you normally are.
Right. So I let them go through it, and that's what they did, and it worked out.
So who was the lead in this purchase?
Actually, the three of them.
All three.
Both the grandma, the mom, and Kylie. Yeah.
So they had me look on online first and see is there any cars that you want? And I was like, well, I first saw the Chevy Equinox, and then I was like, okay. And it was really cheap. It was a 2012 Chevy Equinox. And we get there and we're like, we don't like this one as much.
Well, when you say too a little cheap, what was the price range?
It was
around 12 grand. 12 grand.
It was about $13,000 because it was $12,999.
Yeah. And so what was it that you didn't like about it?
The pickup speed. It was.
It was sluggish.
Yeah, you had to really step on the gas to get it to go. Mm-hmm. And then...
What year was it?
2012.
A 12?
Yeah.
Okay.
But it had 43,000 miles on it.
Okay, well, that's not too bad.
It's not bad,
for that old of a car.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so, then what? So you didn't like the Equinox.
Yeah. We looked online again, at the dealership, and we saw this Ford Escape. My bad.
Yeah, the Escape.
Mm-hmm. And so we wanted to try that one out, and he was like, oh, I didn't know you wanted to go smaller. And I was like, well, yeah, but I don't want a super four-door, sedan?
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't want a sedan. So I was like, yeah, let's look at that one. They went on that one.
So I have to interrupt. So you were actually looking for an SUV?
Yeah, I didn't want a sedan.
Why?
I just like being a little bit higher up off the ground. I didn't want.
Yeah. Because you're not a tall person and you like sitting up and being in command. Well, that's understandable.
Well, it's safety too.
Well, but I wouldn't imagine that she probably thought of that. But I would like to think
about safety.
No, but you kind of take that for granted these days that most cars are pretty safe as far as cars are concerned in general. But no, I have known several people that will buy a certain SUV because it sits up off the ground and they can see.
Right.
And it's important. Plus, you're now up there with the majority of America in an SUV.
Yeah.
Okay. I got it.
Yeah.
So you drove this thing, and what did you think?
I liked it way better than the Chevy Equinox.
Did you?
Yeah.
I think that's interesting. And what year is this one?
2014, and it had 32,000 miles
So
on
less
it.
miles.
Less miles.
And
You're newer.
2 years newer.
1 year newer.
1 year.
Yeah.
2.
Okay.
Is it 2 years?
Yeah.
Oh,
Because
okay.
it's 2014. The
So
other one was
14.
2012.
12.
Oh, okay. That's right. Yep.
So then we drove that one. It was like maybe $1,000 more,
Yeah.
but the Chevy Equinox needed new tires. So we were like, we don't really want to buy new tires. And the Ford Escape already had like new tires on it.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I got to see it, and I have to tell you that as I told you in person, I was really impressed with how clean it was. But you were saying, Jeff, that it was a program car.
Yeah, I looked it up because we did the Carfax, and it started out being a company car on the east side of Houston, probably for an oil firm or something or whatever. And then it was sold to an individual up in Shreveport, Louisiana. And it was kept there for a couple of years, and then it ended up with Emmons. So low miles. There was nothing detrimental on the Carfax.
Never been wrecked.
Never been wrecked. There is an open campaign on it for a sensor, a fuel sensor, but she's going to get that taken care of before summer.
And the door latch.
And there's a door latch issue, but Ford's got to look at that. So they're minor with respect to it doesn't have to be in the shop for weeks and weeks and weeks with the parts. But it will have to be there a couple of days. So we understand that it's going to be there through the middle of the week. That way she can use it on weekends when she works and does her other things for what kids do. So that's coming up in the next week or so. We'll get that done for her.
Gotcha. So let's talk about the car buying experience itself. And Mr. Mars, I don't see our salesperson there.
Is it so that he's on there?
No, that's...
Okay. Well, let's just talk about it without him then, if he's not there. Let's talk about the car buying experience. So this was down at Emmons Motors. And, we have a relationship with Wally through Emmons Motors. And great guys, drag racers. And the dad started that business down there decades ago. And they have a beautiful dealership. It's a used car lot, but you would swear up and down you were going to a new car dealer.
Yeah. Yeah, we showed some pictures of it. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's very upscale, very nice, and they sell a lot of cars there for multiple reasons. But they don't sell junk. They sell reliable cars there, and if they're not reliable, or at least in their opinion are reliable and in good shape, then they're not going to sell them. They're going to pass on them.
Well,
so
David's bought several cars from him.
David has bought several cars from him, and they're friends of the shows, and we don't ask for any discounts. We don't ask for any special favors, but and they don't advertise with us, so we have no skin in the game.
Right.
And I wanted to make that clear that there's no discount, nothing.
And
so,
we talked about that here for Kylie, because we knew that she was getting involved in that, and we discussed that we wanted to maybe do something for the show. Got a hold of Gary. And Gary said, "Yeah, we'll work with you. We'll get you somebody." I said, "Get us a salesperson that will walk us through the process, not beat us up like car people generally try to do." And it's for a first-time car buyer, and we'll do something on the show with it. So he called me back a couple of days later. Says, "Yeah, go with this, and we'll see you down there."
So who'd you talk to?
We talked to Alberto, and that was her sales guide for this. Now, I'm not saying he's the best. They're all good. He was just that he had the opportunity to do this for us. So we appreciate him. I'm sorry he's not on, but he was going to be with us today as well. He went through each step. If there was a delay in something, he would explain it and asked if we were, or she particularly, was interested in other models and other makes, other colors and things. And we truly thought maybe if they didn't have something, it would be a week or so before he would find something.
Right.
But it turned out they had the good selection. and it worked out for her. So you're happy, right?
Yeah, I love it.
Okay, good.
It's very clean. It's a white Escape with, is it a blue or gray interior? Gray interior that looks like it's brand new. Yeah. The whole car does.
Yeah.
My jaw dropped when I saw it, and it was even under the hood.
Yeah, and generally you have an odor if somebody had smoked in it, or had food in it or something.
The pets or something.
Yeah, exactly, but none of that.
Yeah,
none of that at all. So.
Yeah, super clean car. Yeah. Have you washed it by yourself yet?
I need to.
Do you?
It's dirty.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. Well. We have somebody that is an expert in washing cars, and that'd be John Gray.
Mm-hmm. We just had him on.
So if you want to see how cars are detailed, he's the guy.
That's the way to go.
Yeah.
But he's used to detailing like you said, the high-end Porsche.
Yeah. That and putting, nose bras on it or wraps or whatever the case may be. If you get a chance next Saturday when we're on remote, you need to come there.
Where's it at?
Beltway 8 between airport and...
Well, basically just south of US 59 and Southwest Freeway. Yeah. And you take the first exit going south on the Beltway, and it's right there. Mm-hmm. And you'll be surprised. We need to indulge you in that. Mm-hmm. We do, because to give you an idea of what it means to have a high-end car. These people have high-end cars. Most of them are new, but they are already into taking care of it before they actually start putting miles on it. It makes a huge difference. And to see these cars, you're going to go, wow. And it's a big Porsche event. Mm-hmm. You ever been inside of a Porsche? Well,
never been inside of a Porsche.
See, we're trying to educate
she's had this car like not even a month.
Well, I know.
You're already flipping it.
I know. Well, we're not flipping it. All I'm doing is trying to show her the finer things when it comes to.
There you go.
Yeah. What? Yeah, something's going on over here. I see.
He's fixed it.
Is it working? Something's working, apparently. But at any rate, so do you have any plans for it? I mean, you want to put wheels on it? You want to lower it, tub it out?
We're not going to lower it.
Do what?
We're not going to lower it.
We're not going to lower it. Okay.
No.
Let's just go for washing it.
Okay. Well, I'm thinking that perhaps maybe somewhere down the road we can put some 20s on it or something.
Tub it out?
Well, I don't know about tub it out, but wheels and tires are easy. Yeah. So there's that. But I think right now it's just taking care of what you got.
Yeah. Yeah. Experience that.
And your grandmother apparently is a very good car washer.
Yeah.
She is.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get her to wash my car. She said no.
No. But she could sit back, to drink a lemonade and say that and do this and do that.
Oh, she's good at that.
You would know.
Yeah.
Well, she taught you how to vacuum, didn't she?
Yeah, many times.
Yeah. But whether or not he'll do it or not, that's another thing. So what was your take on the whole buying experience? Did anything really kind of surprise you?
I think it was a lot quicker than what like a normal experience would be.
It was a little under 3 hours.
Because we were only there we got there at 2 and we left there at 4:30.
Nice. Well, that's good. Did anything besides the time involved? Did anything surprise you? I mean, did you look at other cars? I mean, you had one that you didn't like, and then you immediately went to the second one?
I only looked at 2 cars.
You only looked at 2 cars?
I only looked at 2 cars.
Yeah.
Because you obviously had your mindset on an SUV. Mm-hmm. And you went in there with a budget in mind, which is important, and I would recommend anybody do that.
Yeah, and Grandma kind of stretched the budget a little bit, but it's okay.
Well, yeah, exactly. But that's all right. So you got the car, and who drove it home?
I did.
You did?
You did.
Mm-hmm.
Were you up on the wheel like this?
No. I actually got my license the same day, too.
Yeah.
So I got my license,
but you had your learner's permit for a while.
About a year.
Yeah. So you've been driving for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is the way to do it. So who's been your main educator in driving? Grandma?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't really drive with my mom. I think she was afraid.
I don't drive with your mom.
She was
afraid. Your mother
drive.
Actually, I'm more afraid of her driving. It's okay.
She's watching this.
She learned from Grandma, so that.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, well, there's that.
They probably are both watching it, and Same.
Yeah. So if you had it to do all over again, would you do anything different? Okay, let me put it this way. The next time you buy a car, are you taking somebody with you? Or do you think that you can do it on your own?
I can't do it on my own.
Why not?
Because I would probably mess something up or like.
Yeah, you always take somebody with you. There could be questions that you might not think of.
Well, we wanted him to go because we wanted him to look at the car before we bought it. So we did want his input on it.
Yeah, they got it. I mean, it's just
Yeah, if Grandma and Mom looked at it, they were going to be like, we don't know what we're looking at.
So has your best friend been in the car with you in it?
She has.
What does she think?
She likes it.
Does she have a car?
She does have a car.
What does she have?
Hyundai or something.
It's a Hyundai.
A sedan?
Small sedan.
It's a small sedan. It's smaller than mine.
So yours, does she like yours better than hers?
Probably.
Probably.
She didn't say it.
Sell it to her.
I'm not going to sell it to her.
25 grand. She can have it.
That's more than what she paid for her car.
Yeah.
Yeah. But she bought hers brand new.
Oh.
But
Brand new.
Yeah.
Well, it must be nice.
Mm-hmm.
Do the other kids in your age group getting their driver's license, are they getting cars now? Mm-hmm. They are? Everybody's getting a car.
Yeah.
So where do you fit in all of that? Is everybody getting new cars?
no, I feel like most of the time, like it's like a newer year, but it's not brand new.
Gotcha.
Still a few years old.
Yeah.
Yours is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Yours is that good slot of year.
Absolutely.
And the car is in good shape, low miles, it's been taken care of, and you just have to continue that. That's what it is.
Yeah. Well, my Katie, who has her 31st birthday coming up, I bought her the same car when she turned 16. So you can do the math on that. So she's had the car all this time. Now, every fender on it has been mashed at a time or two.
We want to talk about that.
But
I haven't hit anything yet.
well,
so
that's good. Let's keep it that way. But Katie's car, you wouldn't know that it's been hit. It's been fixed and repaired and that sort of stuff. But it still runs with 180,000 miles on it.
In
What
Denver.
car does she have?
She has a 2007 Ford Focus with a 5-speed manual transmission and crank windows. Two-door.
No internet, no Bluetooth.
No, none of that. No.
Did you get yours working?
Back in the analog world.
I can't understand you. Did you? Are you back with us now?
He's analogging.
Here, let me turn your mic. Let me turn your microphone on.
Please turn me on.
There you go.
Are you back? Are we back online and all that
Yeah,
stuff?
we're
And I-
smoking, talking to George
Our
here.
guest didn't come in. That's
Yeah, but I just heard from him. He apologized that
He couldn't make it. Well, he's probably selling a car.
he's probably in a meeting or something. Yeah.
Whatever
Yeah.
the case may
Because
be.
it was
He's busy,
a touch
busy,
and go. He said 9:00 would be good, but he may have to sell a car or two.
Yeah.
well, yeah, business is business. I mean, he was calling from work, so
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's pretty exciting. And she drove here. How many miles is it here? 15 miles?
From her house?
Yeah.
Probably about that. Maybe
Yeah,
10, something
whatever,
like 10.
something like that.
10, 12.
Well, thank you very much for coming by.
We have,
Yeah.
Mike, if you would, we have a parting gift for you,
Oh, yeah,
Kylie.
yeah.
This is kind of like a game show.
Yeah.
We don't
it's a
know
game.
what you actually won, other than the parting gift.
I don't have to stick my hand in a box and just feel around
No,
and guess what
yeah,
it
no.
is.
Because Suze will probably lick your fingers.
And well, not only that, but I'm thinking more
Just
along
take the bag
lines
off it, Mike.
of the
there you go.
scary part where you put your hand in the box and it's brains or something.
Look at that.
This jug of juice here is from Don directly. He-
Bug remover.
No, it's for your windshield washer fluid.
Nice.
Windshield washer fluid.
Windshield washer,
and then,
windshield that.
and then Grandpa bought you an auto safety kit.
Yep.
that goes
Jumper
in there.
cables, batteries. This actually comes with a year of roadside assistance. I have the receipt. You got to figure something out online, and if you need it, I know you got AAA, but
I do have
this
AAA.
is for an additional coverage thing. So
It's good.
yeah, and it's good that you got it here. My granddaughter's got it under the Christmas tree, and they were not impressed.
Sure. So, Kylie, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're more
Yeah.
than welcome to stay, but we've got other
Yeah, yeah.
sections of the show we've got to get on.
I think
Okay.
it's great that you share that. I hope to someday be able to help my granddaughters do the same thing.
Very good.
you will,
Thank
Mike.
you.
Not a problem. And John's got a grandson
And
coming along too.
congratulations on your
Thank
new
you.
ride. All right. We're going to take a quick break here on the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. I want to remind everybody that our show is available 24/7 through the iHeartRadio app. Just look for In Wheel Time Car Talk. Podcasts are available from your favorite podcast provider. We also video stream our 3-hour weekly show on Facebook when it works, YouTube, and InWheelTime.com. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues right after this quick break. Oops, I've done it again. Pro-Am Auto Accessories has been serving Houston's auto enthusiasts since 1984, providing world-class products for sports cars, European sedans, and American muscle. Pro-Am is known as the place to go to find exclusive and hard-to-find parts and accessories. Pro-Am is one of the very first distributors in the USA for brands such as Recaro, Redline, Momo, Corbo, and Simpson. Located in the heart of Houston's premier retail and service corridor, the Galleria area, Pro-Am's walk-in storefront includes an 8,000-square-foot warehouse, showroom, and installation bays. Pro-Am not only sells parts and accessories, but also offers installation and service. Pro-Am is now reaching a worldwide audience through Pro-Am.com, taking its local reputation to the rest of the world. At Pro-Am Auto, you'll be dealing with a small group of professionals who truly want to help you with your automotive needs. If you don't see what you're looking for on the website, call and Pro-Am will lend you a hand. Pro-Am Auto, 6125 Richmond at Green Ridge in Houston's Galleria area. Call them at 713-781-7755. Want to feel good about something special you did for someone special? In Wheel Time and the original Lupi Tortilla group of Tex-Mex restaurants have joined together to help a very worthy cause, God's Garage, a Christian-based 501c3 charity. We know there are lots of places and organizations out there where you can donate a car, truck, or SUV, but we're asking you, our car enthusiast family, to consider donating to God's Garage. Visit godsgarage.org and learn about its mission, the women that have been helped, how each one is screened, and about their Restore You program. A car donation is an easy way to make a difference in the lives of others. God's Garage needs good operating vehicles, but will take all types in working and non-working condition. Make your heart and soul feel good by donating your gently used vehicle and help support single mothers, widows, and wives of deployed military at godsgarage.org. Welcome back to the In Wheel Time Car Talk Show. And if you haven't heard, we have, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, coming up, Tailpipes and Tacos.
Yahoo!
Memorial Day weekend. That's going to be in a couple of weeks. And we invite you to come on out for that. That's an 8 to 11 deal at the Lupi Tortilla out in Katy. We're back after over a year of being rained out, paused up, all that sort of stuff. So that's coming up in 2 weeks at Lupi Tortilla out in Katy. All right. Time now for the racing calendar.
I
Jeff
got
has
it.
Sponsored by Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge.
Thank you, Texas Muscle Car Club Challenge. Last week I made a faux pas. I announced that NASCAR last week was going to be at Darlington. I read it wrong. They were at Kansas. So I apologize to all you NASCAR fans out there because I know you all were probably hanging out at Darlington. They're at Darlington this week, so move on.
The Lady in Black.
The Lady in Black. Now, NHRA, they're off until the 18th, so got another week until we see them run down the track again. Indy, getting ready for the 500 at the end of the month, but they've got the closed road course coming up today. On
For
the 11th,
what?
For the Indy. It's a road course in the Indy circuit.
I know, but is it Indy cars?
Yeah, Indy cars on a closed circuit on the in
Before the Indy 500, they're running the Indy cars.
road course. Yep.
Okay.
And then IMSA's over at Laguna Seca, which is fun. Then we've got my favorite, which is the Formula One. They're not running until the 17th. So,
He's lying.
Yeah, I fibbed on that one. And that's it. Thank you.
All right.
You bet.
We have a car review. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Mars had a chance to drive. I can't believe that Ford let him do this.
I know.
A 2024 Ford Mustang GT.
Well, I have to say it involved a lot of groveling, but it is the GT with the manual 6-speed transmission. So this is a basically, what do you call it? It's a 4-passenger sports car. I mean, that's what it is, and that's how I was rated. I don't know that I would consider 2 passengers in the back seat, but it is a little bit bigger, and it's
You have to scoot
possible.
the front seats up.
Way up. And so comes in 5 available trim levels. And we were driving the GT Premium, which is the EcoBoost Premium, GT Premium, and the Dark Horse that they so far haven't allowed me to even look at.
I got that
Well,
because I'm a better driver than you.
Well, I hope there's still some tread on it whenever
I
finally makes it to me.
I didn't get any tread on mine.
No, there was no tread. I looked at the tires.
So this is redesigned this year. So this is the beginning of the 7th generation. We had the Rapid Red paint, which I love the name of it. And on the outside of it, you're going to find up front the LED lighting. Even the sequential LED tail lights were there. And one of the great things about the Mustang had approach lighting, had the pony lamps whenever you come up to the car, had ponies down on the ground, which everybody thought was really cool for about 30 seconds. Had the hood vent and had rain sensing wipers, got a performance raised wing spoiler on it, and the GT Premium rolls on some 19-inch wheels. And it does have, the other thing that was really cool, it's got the active valve exhaust. I don't know if you had that on the Dark Horse or not, but you can change the tune.
I know. I turned it off.
Well, I turned it up to the track, and it didn't sound as good.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know that I woke up the neighbors 5 days in a row.
But it was pretty cool. Mustangs have a distinct sound no matter what. So you get to the interior. So we had one of the performance packages. So it had the leather Recaro seats, which I believe is what you put in the Corvette.
I did not. I don't like leather. I like mine cloth, and they're Corbeau cloth seats.
Okay.
Thank you for asking.
But they are the high bolstered type of sports.
Yes, they are. Yes. They are that.
And of course, with this package,
did you have trouble getting in and out of it?
Getting in was a bit of an issue. Out was easy. It was just trying to get in between the steering wheel and get over that high bolster. And when you got in, it was comfortable. Now, if I was a larger person, I don't know that it would be. But for what was there, it was great. But there is no heat and no vent to the seats because they're the aftermarket type seats. Had a 13.2-inch infotainment screen, had a 12.4-inch digital instrument cluster. So we had over on the infotainment screen where we could find our navigation, Ford Pass Connect, Ford Sync 4 runs all that stuff, the rear view camera, track apps, had some track apps. And there's the split folding rear seat that folds down so you can put a little more cargo in there. And we had a B&O 12-speaker audio system that sounded really good. By the time you figured up with that audio, with the exhaust. Now, up under the hood, it had the 5.0-liter V8, 480 horsepower, 415 pound-feet of torque, and it did have the 6-speed manual transmission. Now, the EPA says you should be able to get 14 in the city, 23 on the highway, 17 combined.
What was yours, Mars?
Well, I actually got 21.2 across 200.8 miles. So, most of that was on the highway.
I noticed that you didn't drive it here.
No, I didn't because we had the truck. We were using the truck for gear stuff. So I didn't get to put that many miles on it. But I will say it's got
good-looking car.
Seriously awesome power. It looks good. It's longer. It sits lower. It's got a lower profile to it. And again, we had the performance package. So for the ride and handling, it had the Magna ride. But now, to me, that's a little stiff. You can put it into one of the 4 drive modes, normal, sport, slippery, which I really didn't understand. And then you had the drag mode. By the time you kicked it into the drag mode, you definitely knew that you were into some track suspension. Now, the base model price on the Mustang is $32,275. Base trim price for the vehicle we were driving, the premium trim level, is $49,075. Now, the Monroney that we got is not for sale, so I didn't have a price for that specific car. But we did have a couple of other packages on it, performance packages and stuff that would push that price well up above $50,000. Now, 2024 Camaro is at $29,788. There is no 24 Challenger, so the 2023 Challenger starts at $31,100. Same thing for the Kia Stinger, a little 2-door coupe. 2023 Stinger is $36,690 for a starting price for the MSRP. So it depends on, it's like a lot of things. Depends on how you package it up, how you dress it up, what you want out of it as to what the price is going to be. But it is a very fun car, and I see why they sell the gajibis out of them.
All right. Thank you, sir. If you'd like to get in touch with us, shoot us an email. The info address is info@inwheeltime.com. And be sure and follow us on Facebook. Back after Flash.
Tailpipes and Tacos is back. Memorial Day weekend. It's been a while, but the popular Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In returns to the Loopy Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy, Saturday, May 25th. Bring your hot rod, classic, or modern classic to compete for one of the famous chili pepper trophies and get a free breakfast taco. Just make a donation of any size to God's Garage and Loopy's will match it. You'll be helping single mothers who need a set of wheels. It's been a year in the making, so don't miss this Tailpipes and Tacos Cruise-In, Saturday, May 25th, 8 to 11 a.m. Donate what you want to God's Garage and grab a free Loopy Tortilla breakfast taco. Tailpipes and Tacos Tacos only happens at the Lupi Tortilla Tex-Mex in Katy on the West Grand Parkway at Kingsland Boulevard, just south of the Katy Freeway. It's car show season, and what better way to kick it off than a free taco and camaraderie at Tailpipes and Tacos. Memorial Day weekend, Saturday, May 25th, 8 to 11 a.m. The In Wheel Time Car Talk Show will be there too. Proceeds benefit God's Garage, weather permitting. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is having another car social Saturday morning, May 18th from 8 to 11. It's a car cruise-in like no other. Expect Ferraris, Lamborghinis, Corvettes, and the featured brand Porsche. Get social at this special cruise-in event. You'll also see Gulf Coast Auto Shield's private workshop and learn about their many products and services. Questions are welcomed. Gulf Coast Auto Shield is easy to get to at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway near West Airport Boulevard, just south of the Southwest Freeway. The Car Social featuring Porsche takes place Saturday morning, May 18th from 8 to 11. Tell your friends, and no matter what car you have, bring it and enjoy this rare opportunity to see some of Houston's finest rides. In Wheel Time will bring its Car Talk Show there too, so join us for another Car Social at Gulf Coast Auto Shield, Saturday morning, May 18th, 8 to 11 at 11275 South Sam Houston Tollway, just south of the Southwest Freeway. Visit gcautoshield.com to see the show flyer for more details. That's it for this podcast episode of the In Wheel Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning, 8 to 11 a.m. Central on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InWheelTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.